Oceanside rider while she rolling the herb. Tide sucking up on the curb. Got this feeling to splurge. My sole purpose is to give you the word. Write these verses with that murder ain't no relation to herbs. Switching lanes for that shifting. 2 5 shots, still grooving this pandemic. I just played the cards, I'm dealt confident with it. King taking over this shit, monstrous vision. Never temper thoughts, I came from poverty stricken. One day at a time, can't rush greatness. My mind like plush Dayton's. 27 laps in this bitch.
What's up, everybody? This is Alex from the FantasyFlo Football Podcast, where we talk stats and facts to help you win your fantasy football league.
Introducing Miramar's very own Florida, Broward. He's a hometown boy. You know what I'm saying? The boy done did his thing in our streets. I played against him in high school.
Yep.
Man lit us up. But listen, he's also West Virginia's best.
All facts.
This man, I'm dead. This man, West Virginia's best. Mr. NCAA highlight plays, video game numbers. This man did it all in college. He didn't do nothing when he went to the Jets, though.
No, I mean,
you know, it's the Jets.
Well,
but you want to know what they said, though?
I'm be quiet.
You know what they said, though?
What?
They wrote him off. But I ain't right back.
That's right.
If you don't know who we talking about, Geno Smith, dog.
That's right.
Crazy.
The one and only.
We talking about Geno Smith, y'all. In fantasy sports.
Balling better than Russ.
I thought Geno was done.
Bro, this is how many years now? So Geno been in the league probably, because if we got out of high school 2010, he got out 2009.
Yeah.
He's
Maybe
32. 8. I'm 31.
2008,
So he probably got into the league maybe 4 or 3 years after that. So 2013, 2014-ish, one of those years.
Yeah.
So he's been in the league almost 10 years, probably like 8.
8 years? Probably 8 years.
8
that
years.
was from what? The Jets?
The Jets to the Seahawks.
The Seahawks. And then he also played on, what? Didn't he play another team as backup?
No, it's just the Seahawks.
He's just been a backup that long?
He's just been the backup that long, dog.
Look at that man now.
And so what's crazy about this, dog, Geno Smith is QB5 on the year, dog. QB5. I don't even want to go through Russ's stats, but I could tell you that Russ probably got like 4 touchdowns right now. That's it. Geno has 9. He has 2 interceptions in 5 games. 117.9 total fantasy points, 1,305 yards total. The man is actually doing his thing, dog. Like, I'm proud to say the hometown kid is doing his thing right now, bro.
He's winning games.
He's winning games. They are 3-2.
Let's clap it up for him real quick.
I'm telling you, dog.
Ride, baby, glee.
Yeah. So listen, dog. The question is that, you know, you saw him do a couple games. You're like, is he consistent? And he kind of been consistent, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like maybe one down game, but it's been like 20, 25, 23, 30, 36. Like, he has a lot of good games. For him to be the number 5 quarterback in fantasy is a big deal for him.
Very big deal.
I mean, it's a big deal where he is in the league as well. I mean, he may not be considered a top quarterback, but he's playing pretty good. If you saw some of the passes he made, dog, that joint was crazy.
And I think going into the season with him at quarterback, we thought DK was going to get no stats.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to get no stats, dog. And you know what's crazy about it? So when you bring up DK, and we thought that, last year, DK didn't have the greatest year because Russ wasn't playing at certain points, and then Russ wasn't having his greatest year.
Exactly.
So it's honestly crazy because I think the man is playing better than Russ last year on their same team.
Yeah.
And Russ is on the Broncos now, and he's still playing better than this man.
Yes.
Like,
would you say who has minus the quarterback, who has a better team on paper? Denver?
off rip.
Or Seahawks? Denver, correct.
Off rip.
I agree.
I mean, defense and offense together, it should be better.
Yeah.
I mean, if you combine
Defense
it all.
and
combine
offense,
them.
yeah.
If you look at the offenses, they're similar because he didn't really change. He went from Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf to Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, and then he had Tim Patrick and KJ Hamler.
Yeah.
He had a tight end that everybody was talking about that ended up doing nothing. And I mean, it's still early in the year, so he might, but he ain't doing nothing. And then you had Javonte Williams, you had Melvin Gordon. Well, you still have Melvin Gordon.
Well, they both lost running backs, right?
Yeah, so they lost Rashad Penny. He's out for the season now too. So that's a whole nother thing right there. So I mean, with them losing Rashad Penny, that's a bell cow, and they're now about to rely on a rookie to do their thing.
Yeah.
If you guys recall, when I think we did our first episode and we brought up Kenneth Walker, Casper was saying something along the lines of that, like Kenneth Walker, when he was in Michigan, he was running crazy on these boys, bro. So a lot of times, if you're a really good running back, like a really good running back in college, it usually transfers over.
Yes.
Unless you're one of the small backs. Like, so, for example, like James Cook, he was balling, but he's smaller.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to be Dalvin.
He's in a that team doesn't mold to him as well as it would to other teams, especially with Devin Singletary there.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, he's getting his opportunities, and he's showing that he can be that guy.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to pass catching. Definitely above Zach Moss. So
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I'll bring that up later, but yeah, the CMC trade rumor with that was very interesting and intriguing.
It was debunked though, right? Or was it?
No, it's the Bills.
It was the Bills.
Remember, I told y'all the Bills. All they are is a
was
running.
it debunked? Like, was that just
no
BS? Or?
Oh, you said debunked. My bad. They said that it was.
You
Yeah,
thought
it
it
wasn't.
said the Bucks?
They said yeah. They said the Bucks. I was gonna be like, if Tom Brady pulled that off, I'm upset.
Nah, that's some BS.
Yeah,
I'm upset. But no, yeah. So I think they said that wasn't true. Yeah, they weren't trying to, but
Yeah, because it don't make no sense to me when I think about it.
It
really
does.
don't.
They just fired their head coach. It's gonna be a dumpster sale at some point
Yeah.
because
but
you
to go to the Bills though, like they already
they
got
can get draft picks
everything
from
that they had, whatever they would get from McCaffrey, they already pretty much have that, and they pass heavy anyway. So it's like
I just think that he would be the better running back for Josh Allen, but I don't disagree with you. Yeah. Back on the Seahawks though. You brought up DK. You brought up Tyler Lockett, and we compared them to Russ.
Yeah.
So obviously we believe that Russ is playing completely under his playing level that we are
100%.
expecting.
100%.
And with that being said, it's like you brought up the weapons. So do you feel that Geno's weapons are just better right now, or do you think that he's actually making the plays that is getting them open? You know?
Curry.
I think it's a combination of both. I think that, I mean, you got Tyler Lockett, who everybody knows is very versatile and he's a great player. And then you have DK, who's a monster. So, I mean, Cortland Sutton, he's pretty good. And Jerry Jeudy, I mean,
Still be seen.
he's still, there's still more to be seen from Jerry Jeudy.
He's still young.
Especially battling
still young.
injuries early
Yeah.
in his career.
And he didn't have
But
no quarterback.
It's just,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty impressive seeing what Geno can do with them. Now, I don't know if I'd say, like, if Russ, let's say, God forbid, Russ was still with the Seahawks, who do you think would be playing better between him and Geno right now?
Right now?
The same, yeah.
It's a hard question to answer that way because we've seen Geno playing now, right? So if we're assuming that he's playing at this level and we're asking that question, I think that Geno plays better because Russ last year wasn't even playing the greatest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like you sent in the chat today, bro, maybe Future done did something again, bro.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it could be Russ. I don't know.
Well, he did say he tore his lat, so right here. So,
Recently?
yeah, he played that with it in the game where they won. Oh no, did they lose that game when he scored like 30 fantasy points? I think they lost that game. Yeah, it was against
His
the Raiders.
highest scoring he lost.
It was a Raiders game. Yeah, so he did good in that game fantasy wise, but so he apparently injured it then, and he's gonna play through it. But that's a rough thing when it's your throwing arm. Maybe I'm not 100% sure if it's his throwing arm or not. But
If it is, you already had that finger injury last year on his throwing hand.
so he's deteriorating, obviously.
But it's so drastic.
It is because he went from like let Russ cook to like, bro, we don't want you to cook at all.
Yeah. Like Shannon Sharp said on his show, that 2 years ago, Russ was like number 2.
Yeah.
Voted best player in the league.
Yeah.
So to see this now is just an anomaly. I don't know.
Everybody was looking at Russ to be able to follow the Tom Brady mold because they felt like he was good enough to do what Tom Brady is doing as far as like physicality.
Yes.
And because he doesn't get himself hurt like that. He can run a little bit, but he stopped running now. And I think that's what the Broncos are missing. They probably need a little bit of some like improvise. They need him to improvise. I'm trying to say the right word properly. But either way, Russ just gotta get better, dog.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
There's no excuses at
There's
this
no
point.
excuses, bro. They
If you
paid
healthy,
you
I'm sorry.
$235 million is a lot of money, bro.
If you healthy, play to the caliber they paid you to play. And if you can't, you injured, don't play. No excuses.
With all that being said, that just goes to show that I know that we always try to tell everybody to pay that man to Lamar, but put some respect on Geno Smith's name.
Put some
Because, I
respect on
mean,
Pete
8
Carroll,
years
too.
or so in the game, and it took him this long to actually show up. A lot of players don't get that type of chance.
Now hold on.
A lot of players don't get
I
that
need
chance.
more than just.
I mean, I don't disagree. I
You
need
gotta
more.
see how the season
but
goes.
I'm just saying, as of right now, Geno, like, you want to know what sold me?
What was that?
I don't know if you saw the play, but when he played on Sunday, he hit Tyler Lockett on the deep ball, bro. He went and scrambled, like the pocket's collapsing. He's working up the pocket. As he works up the pocket, he jumps, launches a ball. I'm going to say it's about 40, 50 yards. I think it was a 48-yarder.
So he's throwing it while moving?
While moving.
On the run?
The run, pocket collapsing, launches the deep ball up the middle. Tyler Lockett catches it right before he goes out of bounds.
It's a good play.
I believe him. That's enough because he hit Tyler Lockett earlier on another play like that. So I'm just like, you did it twice in the game?
Yeah.
DK didn't do that much in that game, I don't believe. But Tyler Lockett had himself
I believe
a game.
DK dropped a touchdown,
It's
but
possible.
Geno got it to him in the end zone. I remember seeing that.
So
play.
I'm saying Geno's lights out right now, dog.
Yeah.
And it's only 5 weeks, but think about it in fantasy right now. Your team, if you 5-0, 4-1, 3-2,
Get that man, bro.
That's what I'm
Get that
saying.
man.
Like
Get
the
that
man
man.
is doing his thing, bro. Everybody is gonna suffer some form of regression at some point in the season, but he's playing really high right now. I mean, obviously we saw Carson Wentz ball out in the beginning and then regress.
Yeah. He
But
did
now
have a good week this
So
week.
he had a
Well,
good week this
them
week.
two for those first 2 games, those matchups were very, very favorable.
Yeah. So maybe he came down to earth when he
And
played
then
those next
that
two.
third game was a little bit more of a tougher matchup.
Yes.
He had an okay game last week.
Yeah, he got
Last
29
Sunday.
points, though.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, that's
I mean,
He
I
got
ain't-
more than the highest scoring offense so far in
Right.
the NFL. So I'm
Yeah.
pissed off about that.
but then you got Ron Rivera saying,
The quarterback
what's
is
the difference between
everybody-
them and the other teams in their
That's rough,
division.
bro. That's
And
rough
he
to
said
hear as a
quarterback.
player. That's rough
And
to hear
man,
as
that
a
shit would have
player.
me hot, boy.
But he didn't trash him. He just said that the difference is, and if I'm trying to play devil's advocate and think about how he meant it, he could just be simply saying it from a standpoint of the years because they've had Dak in Dallas for a couple of years now.
True.
Jalen Hurts has been progressing, and then they built around him, and he's flourishing now. Daniel Jones, I mean, we just got to
Daniel
go
Jones
chalk
been
it
over
up.
there.
We just got to
Yeah.
chalk it up to Dayball doing his job right now.
I got to put respect
I mean,
on the
Daniel
Giants
Jones
too.
always had
He
showed
had-
flashes.
Danny Dimes.
They,
that he
he
was-
always had potential, but I'm just saying Dayball brought it out. So now, obviously, you have an offensive-minded coach that's bringing out the best in somebody that you've already invested in. So it's looking good for the Giants right now.
Yeah.
But that's the difference. So when Carson Wentz gets in that situation, you're just like, I hear him. It sounds bad, but I just think that he's talking about continuity.
Yeah. I mean, he just got over there, so
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, he doesn't regret it. He said he doesn't regret the move getting Carson Wentz, and I don't think Carson Wentz is playing straight booty. I mean, he's just not playing good at all.
Yeah.
Let me
Nah,
not
not-
say
not
that.
at
Let me not
all,
say
but
that. Let me say that. I'm gonna
Not
say that.
consistently.
Yeah, he's not
well.
consistent.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyway, last things last. Put some respect on Geno Smith one more time.
Respect that man. Brower
that's-
baby.
Proud baby. Real talk.
Thank you for watching the FantasyFlo Football Podcast. Make sure you tune in for more fantasy football analysis. Like, subscribe, and follow for more content.
The drive can't stop going, catching all these blessings open field like I'm T.O. It's free flowing. Embedded the drive can't stop going, catching all these blessings open field like I'm T.O. It's free flowing.